Welcome to Chasing Fabulous, the show where we dive into the fun and exciting world of luxury, style, and sophistication. Join us as we explore what it really means to live a fabulous life, from amazing places to inspiring people and unforgettable experiences. Get ready to be hooked as we uncover the essence of fabulousness in every episode. Each adventure brings new stories and surprises, showing you how to add a touch of fabulous to your own life. Let's chase down the extraordinary together.
I'm laughing at her. Hello.
Hello.
I can't even say that. Hello. I wonder what the show's about today. Hello, about my alter ego. Hello, welcome to Chasing Fabulous. Episode number
21.
Oh my gosh.
21.
I do this at the beginning of every show, but I really seriously cannot believe that we've done 21 shows.
I know, me neither.
I mean,
time flies when you're having fun. What do I keep saying?
It really does. And this is the fastest show
this
on
is
television.
fun, and this has been fabulous, right?
Right. And we were laughing so hard before the show because
we were getting in trouble.
Evidently, I do not know how the timer works. And that is the truth. Well, no, the truth of it is that I just keep going whenever I want, and that's.
I know.
Yeah, and it just happens like that.
I know, but we're going to be good today, right? We're going to be good today?
Sure. What did we do this week?
Oh, we had something really fabulous. Saturday night,
we had the first Chasing Fabulous paint night.
Oh, yeah.
And we painted this picture.
Yes.
It was so great. We had, 14 of us, I think?
Oh, yeah. What a great group of ladies.
And great group of ladies. And we had so much fun. And it literally rained like torrential downpours when we got in. It was so bad, but it was so much fun.
Yeah, I was so glad we were here. And, and this was great. This was my first time doing this.
I know, you kept saying that, and then you kept and yours came out really good.
Well, you know what was great about it? Everybody's came out different. Everybody did it the way, even though Jess, she was phenomenal.
Yeah, my daughter Jessica did the paint night because she's the art chair at H. Frank Carey High School, and she does paint nights if you need a paint night because she's a great instructor.
Yeah, she was great, and even though she guided us, everybody's put their own touch on it, and they all look great. My sister-in-law Dean is like, "Wow, they came out so good."
Yeah,
and mine's hung on the wall. You got to hang yours up.
I will, but she doesn't know this. But look at the edge of it.
I know.
I'm in trouble.
I know.
Don't tell her. Don't tell her because I left a spot here, and you're supposed to go all the way. Like there's two little spots.
Oh, Monica, I had paint all over me. I was like a little kid. My hands, it was on my legs. I was like, my jewelry. Nicole was dying next to me. She's like, Linda, I'm like, I don't know what.
I know. We got a couple pictures. Bobby, can you put those pictures up? Because we'll show you I have a few pictures from paint night you can see that are real. It was really, really fun.
There it is.
Yeah, so there's the paint night. There's what we did.
Yep.
Chasing Fabulous and Strong Island Television paint night
at
with
Paradise
Jessica
Studios.
at Paradise Studios. It was really good.
There it
is. And that was great because
she
sketched it for us beforehand, which really made a huge difference.
Right.
That made a huge difference. And then there's that was May's.
I know, it came out great. See, hers is more yellow.
And she kept saying the whole time, I can't do it. I'm like, you can do it. Just listen to what she's saying.
She put her own touch on it. It looks great.
Yeah, she's the only one that did the dots in the middle.
I know. Somebody I think did a dragonfly in theirs too.
Nicole did the blue in there, we thought. So that was Noelle.
Yep.
Noelle is the owner of A2 Interiors, and she's going to come on the show. She's going to be one of our new sponsors.
Wonderful.
She's got amazing stuff that she makes for your house.
Right.
I cannot wait to show that. She makes these acrylic trays that are off the hook. So A2 Interiors is hers.
That's
Monica's the stuff I made.
Yes.
Yes, I made little food. I made ham and cheese sliders and fruit cups, of which Bianca ate 14 of them.
I know. She was nice.
There's me and May with our paint.
That's great. Yeah. Yep. It was so fun.
Oh, that's mine without the middle.
Yeah,
it was really fun.
Look how great they look. Look how great,
And that's Diane. That's one of May's friends came.
Yeah.
It was really fun. But it was it grew, oh my gosh, we had such a good, and it was like the perfect amount of people too.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Great ladies, fabulous ladies.
Yeah, we had a really good time.
Are.
Oh, there's everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a really good time. Bianca, my granddaughter, is 10. She set up all the tables with all the easels and the paintbrushes. And then she
made sure we all had do you need your water changed? She was great.
Mima, do you think they need their water changed now?
Was
I'm
great.
like, you better go check. Yeah. And every time, like, she needed more. If you needed more paint, she would check.
Oh, she was
like
right
every 5 minutes. She had to check.
Then there we all are. Yes.
Yes. That was on our set.
Yes.
So that was very, very fun. So we would love to do another one soon. Right?
Yeah, we'll do
another one. Yes, we want to do another one. We want to do a pink party in October. We want to do a makeup tutorial party too.
That would be fabulous.
So we're kind of thinking about doing that.
Do you know how many people say to me, I just don't know how to put makeup on?
Yes, exactly. I'm kind of thinking about that for December.
Yeah.
So we'll let you know about that. But I promise you that I'll have stuff up beforehand this time. This was kind of a little bit of an impromptu.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, the paint night was a fabulous
It was a fabulous success.
We had a ball.
Thank you everybody who attended. It was so fun.
Yes, and there was wine.
There was Prosecco, there was red wine, there was desserts. It was just great conversation.
Yes.
Just really a lot of fun. I hope others come to a next event.
Me too. I hope so too. I'd like to have a big paint night.
You're very good setting these things up. You really are. I give you props.
Yeah, but then I get really tired. So I do all the stuff beforehand, and then I get really tired.
And then
Linda comes in. Linda will come in and
which I have no problem
set up
doing
and just clean up, and it's a godsend because I cannot do. I really can't
put a lot of thought into it.
I honestly can't.
You can. You do a great job.
No, I mean, I can't do it anymore by myself.
Oh,
that's
what I'm here for.
Set up. I can't do it all beforehand and then set it up. Like, it's really hard.
That's what I'm here for.
I used to be able to. I keep thinking I'm invincible, but I'm not. All right.
So what do we got today?
Guess what the holidays are for today?
I don't know, but you're going to tell me.
Freaking Bonza Bottler Day again. Remember Bonza Bottler Day? That one weird Bonza Bottler.
And we never found out what that was?
Like the third Thursday of the month, some bizarre thing.
Bonza Bottler. Okay. Happy
Bullet
Bonza Bottler.
Journal Day.
What is it?
A bullet journal day.
Bullet.
Yeah.
Like bullets?
Now I'm thinking guns because I love guns.
That's what I'm thinking.
I shouldn't have said that, but I do.
You're allowed.
But it is, I am. But Bullet Journal is making a journal
with the
bullets.
Yeah.
Like, it literally is Bullet Journal Day. It's kind of bizarre.
Okay.
Dalek Day. This one is very bizarre, unless you watch Doctor Who. Any race of fictional robot-like creations that are aggressive and mobile and produce rasping staccato speech, featured in the British television series Doctor Who. So, yay, you people.
Okay.
Happiness Happens Day.
Aw.
And International Cat Day.
Oh,
I love it because I have 3 cats.
Yes, you do.
National CBD Day. I like it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
National Dollar Day. I like dollars more than I like CBD.
Yeah, we like dollars. We do.
National Frozen Custard Day.
Yummy.
National Zucchini Day.
Love zucchini. Love it.
Do you know Garfield's friend Odie?
Yes.
It's Odie Day.
I used to have a little pencil head when I shop Odie.
So Odie.
Odie.
Scottish Wildcat Day. I don't know what that is.
Scottish Wildcat.
Now, this is my favorite one.
Oh, here we go. I'm scared.
And I might have to give
I'm scared.
National Sneak Some Zucchini Onto Your Neighbor's Porch Night. So guess what's going to be on your
words.
Guess what's going to be on your porch tomorrow morning?
You're going to sneak some zucchini?
I'm going to sneak some zucchini on
Real
your porch.
zucchini? All right, cool. I'll make it.
Well, who has fake zucchini? I mean, what's fake zucchini?
I don't know. With you, anything's possible.
I know, that is true. I could take a cucumber and paint it to look like a zucchini.
Yeah, you would.
I don't know. Wear Your Mother's Jewelry Day.
Oh, man. Yeah.
This is not my mother's, but it looks like
my mom's got a lot of jewelry. Okay.
Yeah. So, we have Ernie's Fun Facts today.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Intro to Fun Facts. We're back. Oh, I gotta stop that. So today, Mr. Ernie came up with fun facts, which also led into the theme for our show today.
Oh, nice.
Which is my alter ego, Miss Julia Child. I love Julia Child.
Julia Child.
And I can't go up that high.
And
I do have an appointment with the ENT guy, just so you know, on August 15th. So I'll keep you informed because that's going to help with my singing. Yeah. So there's a lot of really great facts about Julia Child. Julia Child was an athlete growing up. She was extremely tall.
6'2". Yes.
Which meant she played a lot of sports. She played tennis, golf, and basketball. She was too tall to enlist in the Navy Waves and Women's Army Corps and ended up enrolling in the Office of Strategic Services. She quickly rose in the ranks at the OSS, and soon she moved on from being a typist to a top-secret researcher.
Which I never
working directly with the OSS director at the time. The OSS was the predecessor of the Central Intelligence Agency, or, as we know it, CIA. So, guess what her first recipe ever was? Just guess.
I don't know. What could it be? Guess. I don't know. I'm not good at this. What?
Shark repellent.
I did read this. Wait a minute. I don't know the facts, but something about sharks.
She developed a shark repellent for the war. She was responsible. So the shark repellent helped keep sharks away from underwater explosives.
Do you notice how she got sharks into this episode?
I mean, I couldn't believe it. I thought that was a dream of mine, like to do a show on Julia Child and then have sharks. I'm like, wow. I was astounded when Ernie said that to me. He goes, listen to this. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you should do a show on Julia Child. I said, you're absolutely right, because I love Julia Child.
It's so funny with the sharks. Oh
she was actually a self-admitted disaster in the kitchen until well into her 30s.
Really?
Yes. It took her 9 years to publish this first cookbook, which is Mastering the Art of French Cooking. So,
why French? Does it say in his facts? Anything about why she chose French cooking?
Well, but she lived in France. They lived in France.
Well, is her husband from France?
No, her husband was the ambassador to France.
Ah, there we go. Okay.
So she was over there, and she wanted to start cooking.
French cooking.
I
never knew that.
Yeah, so she went to the culinary French Cooking Institute or something like that. It's called.
Amazing.
And they despised her. Like,
really?
We're going to talk about that more. Let's finish the first front facts, and then we'll go on to the next one. So, what's great is she had many Julia-isms. But one of her favorites is the only real stumbling block is fear of failure. In cooking, you've got to have a what the hell attitude. And that is absolutely the truth.
Yep.
So let us go. We're going to go to a quick commercial, and then we're going to come back and talk more about Julia. Julia, you're going to have to say the hi, Julia, because I can't do it.
I was in the living room when I heard my son Carter, who was 2 at the time. I looked over and I saw him grabbing for his face and his throat. I grabbed the life vac. I put the mask on his face and placed push-pull. The life vac dislodged the ice cube from his airway and he started crying. The most amazing sound I've ever heard in my entire life. Please protect your family. Get a life vac.
All right. Is everybody having a good time tonight or what? That's what I thought. All right, so we are live, Paradise Studios, New York. Give yourself a round of applause for coming out tonight. Woo!
We're back. You say we're back like Julia. We're back. We're back. See, I can't say it. I'm very upset that I can't use my alter ego voice. I'm just saying right now. So Linda's gonna be an emissary for me. So, anyways, let's talk more about Julia Child. So,
okay.
I've loved Julia Child ever since I found out about Julia Child.
And when was that?
And I don't know, a long time ago.
60s, 70s. How old were you? Do you remember?
Well,
like when did you first like?
Well, but don't forget, I didn't have a TV when I was growing up, so it wasn't when I was growing up. It had to be in my 20s.
I was going to say, were you married? Did you have Jess? Like, you just...
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But I've always been obsessed with, like, I've always felt like I could be Martha Stewart. Because that's just, you know how it is. You know how I am.
Martha Stewart had a hand in everything. Interior, that would be more you, yeah.
Yeah, and then and the cooking. I mean, I've always been, but ever since I was a kid, I was cooking. But I grew up and we had 4-H.
Right.
When I grew up, you know, and so I learned how to cook. I learned how to when I was little, like I learned how to cook and sew from 4-H. If you have kids, get them in 4-H. It literally is the best thing ever. And it's really hard. Like here in Long Island, out east they have 4-H.
Yes, it's
in
still
Jersey
around?
they have 4-H. Oh my gosh, it's huge.
Because I mean,
they have
I keep hearing about
fair.
Girl Scouts, but I don't know about 4-H.
Well, that's kind of the same thing, but
we
Girl
had it
Scouts
growing
doesn't
up,
teach you the same stuff as 4-H.
Yeah.
4-H really teaches you like cooking.
Sewing.
Yes. I mean, I took pigs to the fair, okay? But I grew up in the Midwest, so it was a big deal. You had to be, like, everyone was in 4-H.
It just sounded funny when you just said I took pigs to the fair. You keep forgetting you're from Ohio.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? We'll have to show the video of you with the pigs, with the 4-H pigs when we went to Ohio.
Oh my God, they were amazing.
Yeah, Linda met the 4-H pigs
and the goats,
in Ohio.
feeding the goats.
Yeah, there was goats. The pigs were so funny though. Linda was like, "What is this?"
They were big.
They were
huge,
huge.
and they just want to eat.
Oh, that's all.
Making all those noises.
And they were we had to show that video of you. At some point.
So tell us some more.
So anyway, when I was in 4-H, I learned how to make bread. I learned how to make all that stuff. So I am obsessed with cooking and cooking shows. I love them. So Julia was just an amazing woman altogether. Like there's a lot of movies about Julia. So there's a couple. There's one movie with Julia with Meryl Streep. There's another movie, and then Julia was a blogger that made the movie, and she went through this book recipe by recipe and blogged about making each one of them. So every day she would make a different recipe for Julia's book.
Oh.
It's a great movie. It's a great movie.
I'll have to check that
Julia
out.
Child did not like her very much.
She didn't like
She was not a fan of Julie Powell, which is the girl that wrote that. She said she doesn't just seem very serious. She goes, I worked very hard on that book. I tested and retested those recipes for 8 years so everybody could cook them. And many, many people have. I don't understand how she could have problems with them. She just must not be much of a cook. Which made me laugh hysterically. I mean, obviously, Julie Powell, the one that did the movie, was probably not too happy about that, which she wasn't. And they talk about that in the movie. But, it's very interesting. So, but that movie is, that's one I think I've watched it 25 times, that movie.
I guess it's fabulous.
It's fabulous.
I'll have to
It's
check
fabulous.
it out.
And then there's 2 actual television shows. The newest one is the one that is, it talks about, I mean, from the beginning, and it's a series that brings you through everything that she did. I mean, Julia went on PBS and did there was no women chefs. Women chefs were not a thing.
Right. No, they had
even when she went to the Culinary Institute in France.
They had the Galloping Gourmet. That's the one my mother watched.
They despised her, those people in the culinary. They did everything to try to get her to quit. And she's like, I'm not quitting. I'm going to do this.
Good for her.
She is one of the most inspirational. The more you know about her, the more you think what a groundbreaker she was.
There's a lot of books written about her. I looked that up.
Yeah.
So and you can really read about her.
Yeah, and she showed up at the interview with her at WGBH, which is PBS at that. Yeah, it still is, I guess. And she had taught everybody how to make an omelet using the hot plate. We're going to show a video about the omelet later.
Omelets.
Oh my God, me too.
We're going to talk about omelets?
Oh, we're going to talk about omelets. And then we're going to get really hungry. So she made the cooking tutorial, and then they gave her the show. But she paid for that show herself for the first year.
Aww.
Kind of like what we're doing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And so it begins.
Yeah, so it begins. Can we get some sponsors, please? Anyway, so
no desperation.
No desperation here.
So go ahead.
No, but she was really great, and so watch that series because you will be shocked with everything that she went through to try to keep that show on the air. And she knew, like, she had a couple of women at that station that were really behind her. Mm-hmm. There was one girl, the producer, and they didn't believe in her either because don't forget back then, it was, what year was that?
Yeah, I was just going to say, what year that was. The 60s, that was in the 70s. When was it?
Yeah, I mean,
or even before that. I don't know. When did she?
I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so but it was.
Well, the times were different back then.
Yeah, they were, but it's really funny because it really is the same thing of trying to do it now. Yeah. Not necessarily women, but it is kind of women trying to get something off the ground and trying to fight against everything. Like you know, trying to get money. I mean, even we talk about the show and I'm laughing about it, but it's really true. It's very, very difficult to get sponsors and to get people to buy into what it is that you're doing. It really is difficult.
You just have to persevere, just like she did,
and she did persevere, but it took a long time. Look how old she was when her show actually hit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She was old.
Yeah. I know.
I mean,
strong woman though.
Oh my gosh, she was so strong. And her, nobody said, they were all like, American women, there's no way these women are gonna do French cooking. All they want to do is TV dinners and stuff like that. And she took those recipes and made that.
Well, she made it easier.
Made it easy.
Because, she showed how easy it could be to make something so simple like an omelet.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So that's brilliant, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Fabulous.
So I have a video about Julia when she was in the Office of Special Services, which is just fascinating.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
It's just a couple of minutes, so I thought we would watch that because I always got a video.
Well, everybody in my era, that was in the 30s, when you graduated from college, the women weren't supposed to do anything. There wasn't anything open for us. You could be a teacher or a nurse or a secretary, or you could be a salesperson at Lord & Taylor's or Saks or something like that. But I was going to be a great woman novelist, so I tried to get a job in the New Yorker and Newsweek, and I finally ended up doing public relations at W.J. Sloan's Furniture Company. But that was fun anyway. I liked that was better than being a sales girl.
Well, how do you get from public relations then to Wild Bill Donovan and the OSS?
Well, because then World War II came along. And in your generation, you don't realize that in mine, we were saving the world so that everybody that I knew was in the Army or the Navy or down in Washington. So that's where I went, and I got into the OSS. But having no languages and no skills, I ended up in the files, and I stayed in the files all during the war. But at least I knew what was going on.
So you actually reported to, did you report to Donovan?
I was in his private office for a while, always the files. And then I got an opportunity to go to what we called the fist squeezing unit, which was air sea rescue equipment. And then from there, I heard that they were planning to send people overseas. I knew that sometime I'd get over to France. Up to then, I'd only been in Tijuana.
Never knew that about her.
Back. Isn't that fascinating now?
Yeah.
I mean, listen to what she said. And the reason I put this video in there was, number one, because it's Julia and I love her. But number two is because think about what those people went through in that. Like, there was nothing available for them. We are so blessed and lucky now that we really don't have. I mean, of course, there's of course there's bias against women still. I mean, whatever.
Well, during that time,
but during that time, there
even
was
my mother
nothing.
did something too with
Yeah.
the Veterans Administration.
Right.
They were all involved. The women, that's what they got involved
Right.
with, because the men went off to war and the women stayed behind and had to do their part.
Right. And I loved it that she said we thought we were saving the world.
Yeah, I know. Well, like I said, she was
What
amazing.
an amazing, just such
There's
an
more
amazing.
to her. There's even more. So what?
Oh my God. And she had to have specially designed countertops that were taller.
Yes, I read that. Her husband specifically had that designed for her.
Yeah.
She was so tall, and I never knew
so
she
tall.
was so tall.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then her husband was really short.
Was he?
Yeah, he was really short.
Oh my goodness.
So really short. So he was
Really?
like, I don't even think he was 5, like he might have been 5'8".
my
And her
goodness.
sister, you got to watch the show with the series because it's so good.
Yeah,
and
I'm
her
going
sister
to.
was just as tall as her.
Was she?
Yeah, and her sister married a really short guy too. And they were so happy. Like Julia and her husband was the biggest supporter of her.
Aw.
Just like Ernie is, and Mark is for us. Mark is for you, and Ernie is for me. Like they are our biggest supporters. We
That's
are
what it should
so
be.
lucky
Yes.
that we have that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
As it should be. Yes, it's very nice.
Yeah.
It is.
And then
It's fabulous.
she had a big black canvas satchel called the sacred bag. You know how doctors carry it? And
Really?
and what was in there?
What was in there?
All the cooking
I
utensils.
was just gonna say all her.
It had her
utensils.
pastry wheel, her favorite flour scoop, her knives, among other things. And that's so funny because I have a go bag. I have a 2 bags whenever I decorate or do cater parties.
Mm-hmm.
So the decorating bag has everything in it. Like it has all my scissors. Remember when we went to Ohio? I had all that.
Yes.
And
Wow,
then for the
that's good.
catering, I always have knives and paper towels and all the stuff that I need because there's never, ever the stuff that I need. I don't care where it is. I don't care if it's at somebody's house, if it's at Jessica's house, if it's somewhere. I have to have my stuff that I need because I take garbage bags. I take because I know what it is that I'm going to need.
Your sacred bag.
It's my sacred bag, and I'm
right.
going to start calling it that now.
That's right. I like that.
But she passed on in 2004 at 91.
Yes.
And she credits her life to eating red meat and drinking gin.
Way to go, Julie.
And on my bucket list is going to her house is on Airbnb
Oh.
in France.
Really?
So that's going to have to go on my list. I never really wanted to go to
Wow.
France,
Yeah.
but I just read that yesterday that you can stay at her house. $975 a night though.
Oofa.
So
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
once again we're gonna need some sponsors and some money.
Yeah, so we could go see
Or you
Julie
could just
Child's
send us
house.
money and we'll go. I mean, whichever you want to do is fine because it is my birthday month.
Oh, geez, yes, it is.
I mean, we're 8 days into my birthday month and I haven't gotten anything yet.
no pressure, folks.
I haven't gotten anything. I haven't gotten a card. I haven't gotten anything.
No, you actually got one thing. It's tonight.
Well, right.
Yeah, but we'll talk about that next week.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, we're going to go to a quick commercial and then we're going to come back and talk about cooking shows because we love cooking shows.
Love cooking shows.
Hi, I'm Michael Astor, a New York personal injury lawyer at Astor Law. I've spent the past 30 years fighting for New Yorkers who have been injured or lost a loved one due to the fault of others. At Astor Law, we help accident victims. We have a track record of success with some of the largest settlements and jury verdicts in America. At my firm, we provide New Yorkers with a free consultation. And if you hire us, you don't pay us until we win money for you. If you or someone you know has been injured in an accident, give us a call. At Astor Law, quality service doesn't cost, it pays.
Me llaman Dan Pablo y hace más de 20 años me enamoré de una colombiana. Viajé a su país y conocí un estilo de café muy distinto, muy especial. Ahora tostamos cafés excelentes, con alturas y microclimas diferentes, resultado en una taza muy compleja y muy rica, un sabor nuevo en el mundo. Fue un éxito. And I even got to keep the girl.
We're back. Oh my gosh, we're back. Okay, so, well, we love Julia Child, but let me tell you, there's a lot of cooking shows that we are obsessed with. I'm obsessed with Cooking Channel, and I know a lot of people are obsessed with Cooking Channel. What is your favorite cooking show, do you think? It's really hard to decide.
Well, the one we just watched, Chow House.
Chow House with Alex Garnaschelli and that really good-looking Italian guy.
The reason why we loved it is because it was in Italy. You know, and it was this time, I think it was northern Italy. Were they in?
Yes.
Yes. And
they have 2 seasons, I think, so far on that one.
Yes, I think last time they did southern Italy. I'm not absolutely sure, but it just where they are and the food and the fresh food that they go and get from the farm and everything. That was great. Yeah. But I do love Chopped.
I love Chopped.
Chopped is great.
Does anybody love Chopped?
Chopped is great.
Okay, let's talk about Chopped. All right, I have a quick. I found this thing from Saturday Night Live about. They did a spoof of Chopped. Let's watch it really quick because it is so. I was dying laughing. If you've ever watched Chopped, you will love this. It's really, really funny. We're back. That was so funny because it's so exactly what happens with Chopped. Like, I watch Chopped, incessantly watch Chopped. Like, but I learn a lot. But
I know.
My big special, like, I really literally can make something out of nothing. Like, ever since, because listen, when I was young and had Jessica, I didn't really have any money. I didn't have any money, kind of like now. And I would have nothing in the house. So I could literally take, like, sausage and 2 other things and just make this meal. And Ernie always laughs at me. He goes, we don't have anything in the house. He's like, can you cook? Because he knows I'll make an entire meal out of something that I just have in the house. I just make stuff up. So, but I could never go on Chopped because that is fast.
It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And some of the foods that they put in those baskets.
I don't even know what they are.
I don't even know what the hell they are.
I have to have my phone and go and ask what it is every time because I don't even know.
But it's amazing how they throw it together. The quick thinking and everything. I mean, it's good. It's good. It's a good show. It really is.
There's some really good ones.
You,
I like the Great British Baking Show.
That's what I was just going to say. I love that. I'm waiting for the next season.
Paul is so.
He's great.
I can't wait.
Paul Love. No, not Paul Love. I know.
Paul. And I have his. Cookbooks too. He's a specialist in bread, which I love making.
Yes, and they get so nervous when they have to make bread because he judges the bread.
And then, boy, if you get a handshake, you are in the business.
But they have other ones too. Did you ever watch, like, they have the fall baking championship, the summer, the spring. They had a kids one.
Yes.
They're great.
Yeah, they're really good.
I really enjoy them.
Some of them are really good. Some of them are not, but I watch them anyway. I don't care.
I enjoy them.
I love Alex Alex She's got a lot of shows on now.
She is on
She's got Alex versus America, which is really fun.
Yeah, she's on everything.
Yeah. That's Alex versus America is the one where she takes on 3 different chefs. Nobody can beat her. And you know what I love so much about her? She is so competitive. And that is me. I am so competitive.
She's great under pressure too. Did you ever watch Beat Bobby Flay?
Every day. Yeah. I watch Bobby Flay every single day.
That's good too.
I love Beat Bobby Flay. Nobody can beat him either.
Yeah. But
like you could come on with the most the most bizarre thing and he'll be like, "Oh, okay. Let me put some Calabrian chilies in there," and then he just freaking wins, right? Every single time.
Yes.
So
no, they're great. They're great.
I love Bobby Flay.
I mean, if there's nothing to watch, you turn on the Food Channel. There's always something good on there.
Top Chef, I love.
Yeah.
Love Top Chef.
Yeah.
And then what's the other ones?
We used to watch diners, drive-ins,
dives.
Yeah.
Guy Fieri.
Yes.
Not my favorite.
No, but I mean, that guy's got the job, man. He gets to taste food.
Did you ever see the show that he won to be on Food Network? Remember Food Network Star? That was a long time ago, Food Network Star, and that's where all those people came from.
Is that right?
Yeah, okay. He came from there. That the girl from the South, that's always on Beat Bobby Flay. I can't never remember her name. She's kind of goofy, kind of I shouldn't say that, but she is kind of goofy. And she's been on. She won that. The sandwich guy.
Yeah.
The big sandwich guy. Yes. He won that. Like most of those Food Network people. And Guy Fieri won Food Network Star. That's how come they ended up being on Food Network.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No, it's really it's enjoyable to watch. Like I said,
Duff Goldman, love Duff Goldman.
Oh, love Duff.
Love Duff Goldman.
Duff. Yes.
And my favorite of all time is the Pioneer Woman.
I know you said that.
Pioneer Woman's recipes are anything that you think I do really well is probably from the Pioneer Woman.
Really?
Yeah. I love her recipes are top notch. Like I love Martha. Don't get me wrong.
She's unbelievable.
I mean, she's unbelievable. But Martha's recipes are not made by Martha. Martha, has a whole lot of people working for her.
Right.
So some of her cookie recipes in that are not my favorite.
Wasn't there a little Italian lady too? Or there
Oh,
was
yeah,
there's
that's-
what's her name? And then there's a pretty Gia something.
Yeah, Gia De Laurentiis.
Yes.
Not my favorite.
No?
No.
Okay.
She rubs me the wrong way a little bit.
okay.
But I know who you're talking about. Shoot, I
the
can't
heck
remember her
is
name.
her
The little
name?
short Italian lady.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was
There's a lady
good.
on Facebook you got to find. I got to tag you in her called Nona Pia.
Yes, Nona Pia.
I love Nona Pia.
Yes.
Nona Pia, we love you.
I have Nona Pia.
Come on the
on.
show, Nona Pia. We
She's
love
adorable.
her. She is
Oh,
so
my God.
cute. And she's good too.
Yeah, she's good. I think my mother-in-law follows her too.
Oh, I love her.
She
Yes.
gets a lot off of YouTube and stuff.
Yeah,
I
follow. Oh my gosh,
Nona Pia.
crazy amount of food things on TV, on Facebook
Well, it's
and Instagram.
fun, I mean,
Yeah.
it's fun to do that. And you
Yeah.
know what? Don't you find sometimes making something is relaxing?
Oh, I love cooking
Right?
and baking.
Right?
Yeah.
It can
Baking,
be.
I mean, I used to bake for Christmas, I would bake for all my clients. And you know that I make the best chocolate chip cookies in the world.
Oh my God, they are.
Yeah.
They are. I mean, I don't think I've ever had
No.
a chocolate chip cookie like that.
No,
I don't know what secret ingredients in that, but
There's
that
no
cookie,
secret ingredients. It's just how you make.
I guess
it.
so. It's just absolutely
Yeah.
delicious.
And there's been a lot of problems lately too with ingredients. So when COVID, it's very interesting because when COVID started, they started adding water to the butter.
Really?
And they started it's very weird. And then the sugar was different too. So if you notice, and you might not have noticed, but then you start seeing it, like as I'm on all these baking and cake decorating sites and all that, because I'm insane. So, but all of it, they would be like, I have this recipe for cookies for 23 years and I've never had a problem. And now they're flat. What do I do? So it's a big problem.
Yeah.
Because the butter is watered down.
Wow.
And
Julia
they're also,
wouldn't like that.
Julia?
Because what do you
she
have
would be
here?
mad. Well,
she was big on butter,
listen,
right?
Julia loved butter. And
Right.
I love butter.
And what else?
And Julia's thing was, with enough butter, everything is great.
Butter gets a bad rap.
Butter, don't care. Love butter, never giving up butter.
I know.
And I'll have to tell you, I grew up on margarine.
So did we. We all did.
You did too?
Fleischmann's margarine was always in my house.
We were at
growing
Blue
up.
Bonnet. We had Blue Bonnet.
Either one, but
I
margarine.
did not know the blue. I didn't really have
Listen,
to tell
Monica,
you.
my mother used to bake with Crisco.
Oh,
back
yeah.
then. It was very different times.
Crisco's pretty good though. Crisco.
There are still some recipes out there that ask you to use
Yeah.
that. I mean, if you go back in time, grandmas were baking with lard.
Yeah.
Lard.
Oh, I still use lard.
That's what I'm saying. I
You
mean,
bake some-
we found out stuff medically, of course, but butter gets a bad
a
rap.
lot of that medical stuff turned out to be not true. They started that whole rumor about butter, and then they went to the margarine. So everybody thought it was margarine, and then they're like, well, now... Then they're like, oh my God, margarine, we can't eat that. Right, because butter is better for you because it's natural, comes right from the
But I want to
cow.
ask you a question, not to get off the butter.
No.
But the pearls, was that something with Julia?
So Julia wore pearls every day.
Did she?
Every day.
No kidding.
That was her signature. That's why I brought them.
That's what I wanted to
You know,
tell
I was going to
everybody.
wear them with my outfit today, but then I thought, well, it doesn't really go, but that's okay.
I
So
didn't
I'll
know
bring
that
the
about
pearls.
her either.
Yes, she wore pearls every day.
Wow.
Yeah, she was
cool.
freaking amazing. Like, she was the best, and she was the best entertainer, and she's just an amazing person. And I'm so happy we got to do the show about her because I just love her, and I'm really going to encourage everybody to go on and watch those movies in that show. I like the movie, but I have to tell you, the show is really crazy good.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. I don't know if there's going to be another season or not, but there might be.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm excited about the new shows going to come on in the fall. So we only got a month left to go. So there's new cooking shows will be on.
Yes.
Oh, I love it. And then there's Gordon Ramsay, who is I adore Gordon Ramsay.
Do you?
Oh.
I used to watch his show all the time, but
Yes.
all the yelling starts
No,
to get
but
to
he's
me.
not, that is not who he is. He does that to get them to cook
I
better.
know.
And
I know.
he is the nicest guy.
Really?
Oh my gosh, he is the nicest guy that he really is. I've done a lot of research on him. No, but I would in a second. I love Gordon Ramsay because Ernie used to feel the way you did.
Well, only
like,
because
his
show. What was
He's
his show
cussing.
again? What was the name of the show?
Hell's Kitchen.
Hell's Kitchen,
which is still on, and I love it.
I used to watch.
And then
the
he's on
competitions all
MasterChef.
the time. Yes.
It's
He had
fucking
a lot of stuff too. He has a lot of stuff.
I love it. All right, we're going to go to a quick commercial, and we're going to come back and talk about how to make the perfect omelet.
Yum.
All right. Is everybody having a good time tonight or what? That's what I thought. All right, so we are live, Paradise Studios, New York. Give yourself a round of applause for coming out tonight. Woo!
Crafted with care, worn with pride. Discover the unique charm of handmade jewelry at Poppy Lane Gifts and Decor. Each piece at Poppy Lane is a testament to craftsmanship and style, designed to be as unique as you are. Whether it's a gift for a loved one or a treat for yourself, find something that speaks to your soul. Step into Poppy Lane today or visit us online and adorn your life with pieces as extraordinary as you. Poppy Lane Gifts and Decor, uniquely yours, uniquely you.
We're back.
We're back.
The last segment. This show is so fast. Like we just start
know.
talking about something, and then I feel like we have to go to commercial.
When you're talking about something you enjoy talking about too.
Well, you know, I can talk a lot.
No, does anybody think that? No, I don't.
I know, I'm kind of shy and reserved.
Monica, you are a lot of things when you're not shy and reserved. If someone were to ask me to describe you in 2 words, that wouldn't be the words.
It wouldn't be? What would it be?
You're ambitious. You're,
I'm an ass.
No.
According to her last week,
because
I'm
you
an
were
ass.
making fun of my drink. What
do we got today?
No, it's the red stuff.
Oh, all right.
It's the healthy stuff.
You notice she doesn't bring that yellow stuff anymore because she knows
No, because
I'll
I
make
do
fun of
like
it.
this one better. I forgot I had blackberry. No, so I need my energy for tonight.
That mustard one was...
Oh, but it's delicious. It was peach mango.
Okay.
It may not look good, but it tastes good.
I need you to bring me one of those.
I want you to try it. Definitely.
Is it sweet, though?
No, it's not sweet, but it's got a lot of good stuff. B vitamins, ginseng. It's instead of having coffee.
I got to make my face not like this.
No.
My face is like this right now.
Don't make that face. That's an ugly face.
It is an ugly
it's
face.
like mustard soda. Like, you're making that face.
Do you know they have butter soda, too? On Chopped last night, they had butter soda. It was...
No, that's nasty.
No,
That's
like there's
nasty.
some things you don't need to make out of other things. Like
No.
just don't do that.
Don't do that.
Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Just nope. So if you were going to make an omelet, how would you make it?
Well, I make omelets every day.
Every day?
Every morning, Mark and I have omelets.
You do?
Yes, we do.
So how do you make omelet?
Well, our favorites are mushrooms and spinach.
Yeah, but how do you make it?
You mean, how do I make
Well,
it?
how do you make it?
Well, I always start with olive oil because olive oil is the healthiest.
Olive oil.
Avocado oil and olive oil in the pan, the nice nonstick pan. Then I saute whatever I'm putting in the omelet. Most of the time it's spinach, mushrooms, scallions sometimes we use. He likes tomatoes. I don't like tomatoes in my omelet. But we love mushrooms and spinach. Sometimes I'll put a little cheese in it, but I'm not big on cheese. I'm trying to avoid cheese, but he likes it. So, and that's it. I saute that first, and then I don't use regular eggs. I use egg whites. because I'm watching my cholesterol. No, think about it. It's still a protein.
It is.
It's
a
still
lot
a
of people
protein.
do egg whites.
Yes.
I just like egg yolks.
Yeah, I know. And that's basically it. I just make it all,
Yeah, but do you beat the eggs? Do you beat the... Oh, no,
with
you
the
don't.
egg
With
whites,
the egg whites,
it's
it's
in a
thing. All right, so you just pour
So
it
what
in
I
there?
try and do, somebody showed me a trick to turn it over. I put a plate over it, over the pan, and flip it. And then I do it again, so it gets both sides. That's if I'm doing a big omelet for us.
Oh, that's very interesting.
If I'm doing it just for me, I flip it in half. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I have it that way. But for me and Mark, I make a big round one, and then I cut it in half. He gets a half, and I get a half.
And you use a nonstick pan?
Oh, yeah. You got to use it.
You got to use it.
Because it used to drive me crazy when it would stick. I'm like, what happened to my omelet?
Yeah,
I get so upset. I'm like, but it's every day we have eggs every morning.
I love eggs.
Protein.
I love
And it fills me up because I don't eat lunch.
Yeah.
So
I love eggs. And
How
I love
will you make
eggs
yours?
on toast with butter and raspberry jelly. That's my favorite. And then I put the eggs on there. And
really, with the raspberry jelly,
Oh,
huh?
yeah, I love jelly.
No kidding.
Yeah, but I don't put very much on. I just put a little bit of just so it's like that color. I don't know, because I don't really like a lot of really sweet stuff. Does not do well for me.
Well, you know what we have to put on our omelets? We use a lot of hot sauce. My mother-in-law
do?
got us into that, yeah.
And it's good.
Oh, it gives it a little extra spice. Like when we go out for breakfast and we get omelets, we get jalapenos. I love that. I love it.
Wow.
I love that spices. And that's very good for you. It's good for your
I love
digestive
jalapenos.
system.
I just never had them in an omelet.
It's so good.
Oh. I have a little video about Julia telling us how to make omelets.
Oh, let's see
let's
how
watch
she
hers
makes
and
it.
let's see if we're doing it
I hope
the
I'm
right
not doing it
We're
wrong.
doing it the right way.
Uh-oh.
Julia Child's cooking, as down-to-earth and unpretentious as she is still seen as synonymous with haute cuisine and seldom mentioned in the same breath as fast food. Ironically, one of her most famous recipes purportedly takes just 14 seconds to prepare.
This method is a very, very simple one, and once you know how to do it, you can go right out and make an omelet immediately.
If you want to make the perfect 14-second omelet, you might need to crack a few dozen eggs, since omelet mistakes are surprisingly easy to make. For each omelet, heat a tablespoon of butter until it foams. Have 2 eggs all set to go, whisked together with salt and pepper. As the butter stops foaming, pour in the eggs and shake the pan to spread them over the bottom. Once the eggs have formed a solid layer, jerk the pan towards you several times to allow the eggs to fold in on themselves until they're all rolled up. Should your eggs assume the proper position, toss them so that they're on the right side of the pan, and then roll them onto a plate and arrange them nicely for their Instagram close-up. Although Julia Child has been gone for quite a few years now, she lives on forever in the hearts of foodies, as well as in their blog posts and YouTube videos. Child has even been the co-subject of the 2009 movie, Julie and Julia, and the 2005 memoir it's based on, which told the true-ish story of a food writer who was inspired to devote a year of her life to recreating every one of the recipes in her iconic cookbook, Mastering the Art of French Cooking. More recently, another food writer was moved to spend somewhat less time, an entire 14 seconds to be exact, making Child's classic French omelet, a dish so simple that it can go from pan to plate in under a quarter of a minute. Instead of blogging about her omelet efforts, New York Times food editor Emily Fleischacker did something very 20-teens by posting about it on Instagram and turning it into a challenge. She first shared a video clip of Julia Child making this omelet, then showed her own efforts and tagged 15 of her friends to follow suit. Not too many of the comments on her post were from anyone saying they'd cooked this omelet successfully, but the challenge nevertheless went viral back in the early days of the 2020 lockdown. If you still haven't mastered the art of making a perfect omelet in 14 seconds, don't feel too bad about it, as even the mistress of French cooking may have needed an extra few seconds from time to time. Back in May of 1980, Julia Child appeared on Good Morning America to show the host how to make her magical omelet. He remarked upon how quickly she makes it, and she replied,
But it only takes 20 seconds.
It did, however, take her just about 14 seconds when she covered it on her own cooking show. Child also told Good Morning America viewers that speedy omelet making requires the proper pan. Such a pan should have a long handle, sloping sides, a depth of about 2 inches, and a non-stick coating. As for the diameter, Child got very specific with this, advising that the pan should measure 10 inches across the top and 7.5 across the bottom. When it comes to technique, Child explained that it's all in the shaking or jerking motion. She had the host practice with a pan full of dried beans and told him that once the beans turned over in the pan, this would mean that he'd mastered the art of the proper pan jerk. He never quite caught on and ended up literally spilling the beans, but she told him to keep practicing at home and he assured her that he would. The French-style omelet Child demonstrated on Good Morning America is one that requires, as she called it, a certain amount of tour de main, which literally translates to turn of hand, but is a French phrase meaning knack or skill. If you're not as handy, one episode of The French Chef shows Child endorsing what she calls an equally professional method that allows the use of a utensil. In Child's slightly less challenging omelet making method, you still shake the pan once you've poured in the eggs, but you also stir with a fork. The fork is then used to push the eggs to the side of the pan, at which point you'll perform a fork-free flip onto a waiting plate. Making this type of omelet, in case you're wondering, took Child a whopping 16 seconds. As Child noted on her show, the French typically don't eat omelets for breakfast, but instead view eggs as being more of a midday or evening thing. While such omelets may be eaten plain, they could also be made with cheese or ham if you're willing to delay your meal by a few more seconds.
We're back. So that's interesting, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do the flipping.
No, I can't. It'd
but
be all
honestly,
over
I
me.
use, Gordon Ramsay has a great video about how to make the perfect omelet. And what he says is that, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's similar, but do not salt your eggs before you make them.
Yeah.
Like, don't salt them
No,
until
don't.
after the omelet is made, because the salt takes moisture out of the eggs, evidently, and it really makes a difference.
Oh, yeah.
I don't add any cream or anything to my
No, me
omelet.
neither.
Like I used to. I used to make cream and stuff like that and have
you?
all kinds of, but I don't. I just use regular egg. But you also have to whip them and like you have to beat the eggs enough so that they're
yeah.
all like, so that the whites and the yolks are all together.
Yes.
Like try not to be
But
lazy.
that non-stick pan is key because
Yeah.
when you are flipping it to the side like that, you know, like when I do it for myself, I get a nice fold. You know, when I do it for Mark and Big, you know, like that, we just cut it in half, so I cheat, I don't fold.
Right.
But I mean, it would be all over the place if I did that. I
Right.
can't. I'm not good with that.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
I'd
either.
burn myself.
Yeah.
You know,
I take it. I mean, I'm very fast. It really does take 14 seconds.
Oh,
though.
yeah.
So I have those copper chef pans, which I love
Yeah.
because those are great. And then I do that, but it really takes 2 seconds to do it. And then I fold it. I put the cheese in the middle, and I fold it over, and done.
Look, eggs cook very quickly.
Oh my God, so
They
fast.
do.
Yeah.
They're just they're great.
We have like
great
a couple seconds left, so let's start a whole new segment.
No.
What should I talk about now? Let's talk about something else. Just kidding.
Are we over
We're just
again?
teasing Bobby.
Are we
No,
over again?
we're not. We're not really though. All right. So anyway, have a wonderful week.
Have a
Next week we're gonna have a
fabulous
great
week.
show. We're gonna have some great stuff to
Yes,
share.
and next Monday we have the white party at karaoke.
Oh, yes, the white party at
Anybody
karaoke.
interested in Levittown? Domenico's in Levittown. White party.
White party
Great karaoke
at Domenico's, 6:30.
Dressed in white.
6:30 to 9:30.
Yes.
Or 10,
Yes,
whatever.
yes.
But dress in white.
Yes.
We're gonna dress in white.
Sounds good. All right. Have a fabulous
Oh, we
week.
forgot the word of the day.
Oh, the word of the day.
Julia.
Julia. That's a word? That's a name. Sunflower.
Okay, sunflower.
Sunflower.
All right. We're a
Bye,
minute
everybody.
over because of
Say
Linda.
goodbye, Monica.
Goodbye, Monica.
Bye.